So if I've got the kettlebell onto the floor, generally what you'll see is people pick it up and then they'll start to swing. So it should really be just in front of your feet from there. So as soon as it leaves the floor, it's live. The catch is between the wrist and sort of where the forearm is. Slightly bent legs, so there's no squatting with this style of swing. And those American swings where you bend and swing and cross it things, we do all this kind of stuff, but for now, I'm just going to do some proper hardstyle Russian swings, some proper swings. So slightly bent legs, hips come back until I take control of the kettlebell. Here, at this point, I'm going to brace my abdominals. So all the time when I'm swinging, I'm going to brace my abs, like as if I'm getting ready for someone to sort of punch me in the stomach. So I keep my abdominals braced and I keep breathing the entire time. So I come through, pull, straight to the catch, and then push, back. Back down. So what you should notice is there's no squatting for the swing. It's all in the hip snap. So it's all hips come back, squeeze the glutes, push the glutes forward. The hip should push the arms up. What shouldn't happen is we go here. It's this and bending our legs here and doing this. The reason why I don't do this one is there's no kinetic chain then between my arm, the kettlebell, my hips, my core. So when the kettlebell comes to here, pushes my core back, I activate my glutes, push my hips, which then makes the kettlebell travel upwards. So once again, kettlebell at the front, come down, slight bend in the leg, and then that's as much as my legs bend, pull straight into the catch. So they're the basic swings. What they'll do is they'll help to strengthen up the hips and for the glutes. So if you think about any of your hip throws where you're loading up the legs, you're snapping in through your Mars or any kind of hip work, really strengthening up the hips and the abductors and abductors. They're called goal swings. These are a really good one for rotational strength. So for a goal swing, as it sounds, it's sort of this movement. So I'm going to come back and then come back. So when I start from here, I come up, turn. And as I turn, you notice the kettlebell's here, palm comes in, rotates, comes forward, palm faces down, through, and again, all your turning in throws, everything from here, working on this rotational strength. Take a scale up, so take a scale up. So we imagine that we've got the kettlebell in this hand, okay? So we'll start like this before we use the kettlebell. So it's almost like a technical stand-up in jiu-jitsu. So I'm going to roll. As I roll, I'm going to punch the kettlebell up, and then the top leg's going to straighten. So I'm going to go here, and then just sort of hand up, I'm going to get to this position. So from the fetal position almost, I'm going to roll, come to this position. Then from there, I'm going to sit up, keep looking at the kettlebell, post, keep looking at the kettlebell. Bring my hips up, keep looking up. Now the straight leg, I'm going to bring it underneath me, create a frame behind, and then I'm going to square my hips up. Stand on my front leg, keep looking at the kettlebell, then reverse it. Down, change the angle and post, leg comes through, and sit back down, roll, and then come back down. Okay, so that's without the kettlebell. Okay, so now with the kettlebell, so everything's the same, we just repeat the process. So the way to think about it is you start in this fetal position, punch the kettlebell, straighten the top leg. So I'm going to roll, punch, straighten the leg, look at the bottom of the kettlebell. Then we're going to sit up, keep looking at the bottom of the kettlebell. Post up, bring this knee behind. So now I've created straight. I'm going to square off. Stand the front leg. Hold. Then I'm going to reverse the process. I'm going to come back down to the knee. Turn to the side. Keep looking at the bottom of the kettlebell. Bring this leg through post. Bring the hips back down. Roll back down. Then I'm going to curl back up and come to the side. Okay, so it's a dead easy process. Roll, punch, sit, hips, frame, square off, stand up. Sit around, post, sit through, come back down, roll, back down again. That's tips get up. Okay, that's simple, easy to break down if you look at it step by step by step. A couple things about the clean. So one of the things with the clean that we have, the problems that people have is the arm positioning and where everything goes from there. So to start off with, what I would do is I just sort of take it just past toe level. From there, make your grip, bring your knees through, and sort of look 45 degrees all the way through from there. As soon as you pull, you can bring your elbow up. There's going to be an inwards rotation with the hand. What you want to try and avoid is the bending of the wrist here and here. So you want to keep a good sort of strong wrist as it sort of comes up. Arm fairly straight when it comes up from there. So you take your grip, bring your knees through, then drive through the feet, pull the elbow up, inwards rotation. So now you can see how the hand is in a nice sort of straight position, and as it comes back into there, it should be nice and strong from there. And that's just taking it to the rack position. So from there, take the grip, legs come through, elbow high, pull, inwards rotation. You should see the hand all the way through now, contact all the way through, nice and strong, back to that rack position. Okay, so first thing to practice is bring it to the rack. Then after the rack, what you do is take a little pause and then go to a full squat. So the progression from that is you come up, inwards rotation with the hand, little pause, squat, come back down, bring it to there. Then to ladder it on again, so progress again, come through, drive, inwards rotation with the wrist, nice and strong from there, pause, good deep squat, overhead press, so our hands come straight up again, there's no flexing of the wrist, there's no bending and twisting, comes back, again, nice and strong, back down, back down. Then the final progression, grip, knees through, drive, come straight down, straight into the press, back down, back down. Key issues. When it comes to here, we're not doing this and this. Okay, so practice all those bits. As it comes through, as it comes up, again, hand up, so it's not here. We're not doing this with our wrists, keeping it all the way up, all the way through from there. So that's basic on the clean and press. Problems we have with the snatch is when people pick it up, is they flip it. It's sort of almost like they're revving a bike, or they flick, then it hits back on the hand and people get upset, cry, say it hurts. So when we snatch, it has to be a powerful, aggressive movement. It has to be ripped from the floor all the way up, then as if almost like you're gonna sort of punch through to the ceiling from there. So what will happen is I'll do one from the side so you can see how it's done sort of incorrectly. So when I come through, knees through, if you watch the wrist, people do this. And see how it clangs, and then they press from here, and then people hate it, and they really hate kettlebells because of this. What I tend to do is still get that inwards rotation. So I'll come through here, but when I rip, here, you can see as you punch all the way through. It takes away that clanging, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to get the elbow high, then drive all the way through. You've got to think about pushing your wrist all the way through to avoid that clang. Rip, push. It avoids that clang. You're trying to get your elbow high, 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 and then drive through. What people do is they go here and then they flick. High, drive. The other thing people do wrong is they get here and then they try to bicep curl it. Here, I don't know why, people just do. Try to do that bicep curl, don't do that. Get it nice and high as you can, then drive all the way through. So, set the kettlebell, make that grip, bring the knees through, make sure your spine is neutral, you've got your 45 degrees, drive, rip it from the floor, elbow nice and high, pop all the way to the ceiling. Up, all the way through, no clanging, back down, nice and simple. Any problems, message me, give me a shout, I'll go back over any more details. That should be you.